stitched together by cobblestones and memory, there lived a child named Amélie, small as a sparrow, quiet as a held breath, luminous with questions no one else could see. The grown world called her fragile, but the rain knew better. The rain had chosen her. One afternoon the horizon folded into silver threads and the first drops tapped at her window pane. Amélie pressed her fingers to the glass. Rooftops blurred, chimneys exhaled mist, and in the hush between thunder and stillness, she heard it, the whisper of rain speaking her name. Not in words, but in rhythm, in drops striking earth, in water slipping from leaf to leaf. It spoke of rivers born in mountains, of oceans remembering ancient storms, of clouds wandering across continents. It told her that falling was not an end, but a return. Amélie stepped outside barefoot. The village scattered for shelter. Umbrellas bloomed like dark flowers. But she remained, face lifted, rain braiding her hair. She did not shiver. She listened. From then on, she walked with rain as others walk with friends. When the sky grew heavy, she felt it first, an ache in her bones. She would wander to the meadow beyond the church bells, waiting for the silver curtain to fall. The villagers whispered behind lace curtains, "She is strange." But Amélie was listening to everything. Rain transformed the world. Cobblestones gleamed. Fields shimmered. The old oak tree, stern in sunlight, wept amber sap in storms. In rain, the world revealed its tenderness. She learned its character as one learns a companion. Playful rain, quick and laughing. Grieving rain, heavy and deliberate. Cleansing rain, fierce as revelation. And quiet rain, the kind that fell at dusk when even birds held their breath. During one such dusk, the rain entrusted her with a secret. Everything that falls is searching for belonging. Amélie understood. In classrooms, her voice retreated. In markets, she watched patterns in spilled flour instead of loud faces. She felt like something fallen from elsewhere. Yet in rain, she belonged. Seasons turned. Winter hardened the sky. Rain became snow drifting in cathedral silence. Spring returned in green flame, urged upward by generous storms. Amélie danced in the meadow, skirts heavy with water, laughter carried off by wind. Then one year, the rain did not come. Clouds thinned. The meadow yellowed. Wells sank deeper into themselves. The villagers muttered about drought and fate. Amélie waited each afternoon, watching the sky with unblinking faith. Days passed brittle and bright. The ache in her bones sharpened. On the 7th week of silence, she climbed the tallest hill and knelt on cracked grass. She closed her eyes and remembered the rhythm of rain, the curve of rivers, the tremble of first drops, the deepening of storm. And she began to sing, not loudly. She sang as rain falls, softly, then with gathering certainty. Her voice traced the shape of water. Her song did not command. It invited. It reminded the sky of seeds waiting in darkness, of soil breaking from thirst, of a child who still believed in descent as promise. The first drop fell upon her brow, then another, then 1,000. Rain poured from a sky moments before mercilessly clear. The villagers ran from their houses in astonishment. They laughed. They wept. The meadow drank deeply. The oak tree bowed. Amélie stood in the storm and closed her eyes. "You remembered," the rain seemed to say. After that, the villagers looked upon her with quiet reverence. They noticed how rain softened harshness, how arguments dissolved beneath shared shelter, how sorrow, when allowed to fall, nourished unseen roots. Amélie grew. Her voice matured into quiet strength. Yet she never lost the habit of stepping into storms. She taught others to listen, not only to rain, but to their own descending feelings. To grief as cleansing, to tears as return. Years later, when silver threaded her hair like fine mist, the village had changed. New roads cut through hills. Yet when clouds gathered, people still paused. They still lifted their faces. On her final evening, twilight pooling between rooftops, rain came quietly. Amélie sat by her window, listening as she had that first day. Drops traced gentle paths down the glass. She smiled. She understood she had never been separate from rain. She had been its echo walking on small feet. The character of rain was not only descent, it was connection, surrender, renewal. When dawn came, they found her at peace, face turned toward the window where the last drops lingered. Outside, the meadow shimmered, and the rain, faithful, patient, eternal, continued to fall, carrying in every drop the memory of a little girl who listened, who sang, and who taught a village that in falling, we find our way home.